Hey, man.
Must you complain so loudly, Master? There could be ruthless pirates or hungry wildlife all around us, hearing us, smelling us.
You should watch out for cannibals, too. Apparently that's actually a problem around here.
Well, I think I'm safe on that account at least. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's probably pretty warm in here.
Theron and Lana said you'd have a plan?
Sounds easy
You mean we don't have to go charging in face first this time? We're staying in the ship? Oh, thank you, Master. Thank you. Oh, yes. Please make sure it's clear that this was the work of the Red Holes. We need to keep up appearances, after all.
Very well. Let's get started.
Sadly, I feel like it's a missed encounter that... Oh my god, is that a wampa? That's a jungle wampa. Okay, okay, sorry, not getting sidetracked. I think it's probably... I'm sure it's not actually here. It's probably a missed example that... If you're the scoundrel and you're having a conversation with Jakaro, that Bodar and Jakaro don't actually communicate. I feel like that could be a very entertaining conversation.
It's like a war zone, Commodore! We're gonna lose everything if we don't airlift what's left to the slave camp!
And we're not backing down just because some upstart crew thinks they got what it takes to break us. Buckle down, be a Nova Blade, and kill whoever's messing with us!
But Commodore Margok!
Go tell the Commodore and the rest of the Blades that the Red Hulls are in charge now.
Yeah.
Heard stories about you. Dropped Goro. Put a fright into that weasel Zykin. I took down a dozen contenders to get this post. I ain't even a little bit scared of you.
And yet you were trying to run away.
I was hoping you'd pick that one.
The cool guys don't like explosions. Alright, nope. Go back to a holo terminal. That's all, folks.
Theron, do you read me? The supply cache has been destroyed.
Yep.
Nice work.
Thank
I
you.
believe one more assault on the Nova Blade's holdings should be enough to solidify our pirate feud and disguise our true goal.
One of the Blades mentioned a slave camp. Do you know anything about it?
We do. You remember me saying that the Nova Blades basically run things around here? For the most part, they're pretty hands-off. But if someone stands up to them, or fails to pay their fees to live here, the Blades grab them and ship them off to the slave camp.
The slaves are a substantial part of the Nova Blade's income, both through their labor in hazardous mines and as merchandise for off-world slave traders. According to our information, the slaves are kept on a remote island under heavy guard. Do you think you can manage to free them?
Option 2.
You really aren't like other Sith, are you?
I like to think I'm my own woman.
Since we don't know the island's exact coordinates, your best bet is to stow away in one of the shipping containers the Nova Blades take out there. Once you reach the slave camp, you can catch them by surprise, break up the security, and free as many as possible.
All in a day's work for a noble Jedi, yes?
She really isn't a Sith. Just hopping on in. Thunk. Maybe they don't even have that cargo to make sure that it's that went way too easy.
Jacaro, I have a pickup for you.
Free the slaves from
C2D4
their
here.
shackles.
We have your coordinates and are on our way.
Been mining exonium for the blades every day for 2 years. All to pay off a lousy $3,000 I owed. And I ain't the only one.
You're free to do what you want now.
Yeah, and we had a talk about that. Even in this place, we hear stuff. About your gang, the way you've been making life ugly for the Blades. We want to be a part of that.
You want to work for me?
Hey, we're good at a whole lot of stuff. Tell you what, get in touch with a pal of mine in Raiders Cove. Harlow Ricks. Check in with Ricks from time to time. Tell him what you want us to do, and we'll do it. Simple as that. You get nice and close to Margok. You give him one for me, alright?
Cool. Okay. Apparently I have pirate food. This might be Alright, well, I'm not going to question it. Alright, well. That's over, I guess. Alright, time to work my way back.
I got the slaves off of the island.
We heard. Word of your raids is going around fast. Even the Revanites have heard about the Great Red Hulls.
Cool. So how long can we milk this? Like... Okay, both of you are just staring at me. That's a little weird. Can you load game? That'd be nice. Please? Come on.
We just intercepted this transmission from the Nova Blades headquarters.
This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to hold up our part of the deal if you won't give us any backup when we're in trouble?
Then perhaps we should seek other allies. I'm sure there are other crews on this planet who are capable of managing their own affairs.
Hey, we've done our share. You wanted the shipping lanes raided, we raided them. You wanted stragglers picked off from the big battles, we did it.
And your clumsiness cost us our Mandalorian allies.
Torch and her crew of old fossils, we're better off without them.
And I'm beginning to think we're better off without you. Deal with your own problems, if you want to prove otherwise.
Mandos?
Do you know anything about the Mandalorians they mentioned?
I've heard people around town mention Torch, but I didn't realize she was tied to the Blades or the Revanites. Might be a good lead for later.
Right now, though, I think we should press our advantage against the Nova Blades.
Agreed. The Nova Blades are based out of an old crashed warship, the Aggressor. You've probably seen it off in the distance.
Maybe.
You need to hit them hard. Make it look like the goal is to completely crush them, so nobody notices when we raid their computer cores for intel.
Jacaro is refueling his ship as we speak. While you approach the Aggressor, you can use your target designator to call for his assistance, just like before.
I'll contact you as soon as I reach the Aggressor. And then we can finally get the answers we need.
May the Force be with you.
Hey, he said it right. Cool, okay. Time to blow up a pirate base.
Good work.
You really are insane. Coming after us here? Should have stuck with picking on tourists in the Outer Rim.
You've sold your last slaves. The Nova Blades are finished.
Yeah.
We'll see. The Nova Blades founded Raiders Cove.
Free the slaves.
We've been here long before you, and we'll still be here long after.
I can get the doors open, but it looks like the Nova Blades have their own slicers on staff, so I can't get any real data.
I'll take care of them.
Good luck.
Alright. Continue the party. This is a pretty nice place you got here, Margok. Oh wow, you even have a
This is my ship. Think you could just walk on in and be left alive?
Well, yeah, since so far I've killed all of your crew. Okay, well that was a fast start.
Come on!
suffer more lives. Alright, I'm in.
I'm in. There are dozens of comm logs in here, hundreds. Sent to people all over the galaxy. Coruscant, Droman Kos, Corellia. The names are all encoded, but breaking through that is only a matter of time. I'm gonna get started right away. Great work.
Thank you.
You should hurry back. Despite what we overheard earlier, the Revanites could show up at any moment to try and help their allies.
That's
Besides,
true. I don't want to.
I think we've earned a bit of a celebration.
That's a dramatic pan. For
I'll be back in no time.
This celebration. I feel like
Perfect.
something else is going to happen. Nope. Okay, nothing. Good. Back to Raiders Cove.
Welcome back.
Hey,
You've
thanks.
achieved more in your short time here than we ever thought possible. You should be proud.
Hey, option 2.
I think seeing that smile of yours is a much better achievement for the day.
I feel like I should get affection with Doc for that. But let's continue.
Now you're just teasing me.
I also said we should stop for decorations on the way. Now the party's terrible, and it's our fault as much as theirs.
Hey, slicing the Nova Blade files is slow going, but I've already found more references to this torch person that Margok and Revan were talking about.
Hey, that sounds useful.
She definitely heads up a group of Mandalorians based here on Rishi. They were allied with the Revanites, but then broke ties. And not on good terms. If we can find Torch and get her talking, she might give us some good intel. Maybe even help us take the Revanites on.
I've fought my share of Mandalorians. It would be nice to have some on our side for a change.
Agreed. It looks like Torch and her crew control their own island not far from here. Think you could head over and see what she has to say?
But what about the party? Okay, option 2.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Stay safe out there, all right?
Everything you just heard, it's important. Remember it.
Or
But
Master Orcus?
it can wait a little while. There's something I want you to see.
Who's there?
Master Orcus?
Follow your feelings, and you'll find it.
No, that maybe it's Orcus. This is Orcus, that means that each character plot is individual? Okay, I'll cut back. I'm gonna do the Scars We Bear first, because I feel like that's more important to the plot and that's related to the familiar voice. So I'll see when that starts.
Grew up here, you know.
Master
And I mean
Orcus?
here, this house, not just Rishi. Of course, I was young when the Jedi found me. Don't remember much more than the walls, a blanket and a few friendly faces.
Master Orcus?
Master Orgus.
But it seemed as good a place as any to visit one last time.
One last time.
Hello, Padawan. Got time for a final lesson from an old friend?
Wow, they really beefed up the animation for that. That's amazing. Yes, Master
It's good to see you, Master. Any lesson you have to share, you know I'll listen.
Whether you'll act on it is something else, hmm? It's good to see you, too.
Yeah, no, he looks much nicer
Since
than
you
the
set
last
out
time I
to
saw him.
defeat the Emperor, you've been fighting almost non-stop. You've been waist-deep in dirt and fear and blood. Since the Emperor's fall, the war's only gotten uglier. And there are dark times coming for the galaxy and for
Darker
you.
than it is now?
You've sensed what's to come?
Just a little. And I'm worried you'll forget why you're fighting. Defending the
XP?
Republic, vanquishing the Sith, those are tools a Jedi uses in the service of life, of people, not ends unto themselves.
When I fight, I'm fighting to preserve life, not destroy it. I serve the Force, and the Force is peace.
I don't doubt you. But when's the last time you felt connected to that peace? We're going to take a little time, help the people of Rishi. Folks eking out a living good and bad, living in fear of guns and pirates.
Uh-oh.
You're going to make their lives better, as only you can. You're going to feel why you're a Jedi.
Alright.
I can think of no better way to spend my time here. Where do we begin?
Okay, this
There
is
are a
fine.
lot of people without homes on Rishi. Those people are catching Tamaman fever. On Corellia, they'd cure it for free. Here, no one much cares. No one but you. Your doc can treat a person in minutes. You've got a ship packed with food and medicine.
I understand.
Yes, you do. No Sith Lords, no ancient evils this time. Just doing a bit of good.
Okay, I can do that. That's absolutely no problem. Oh, that's weird. Hi, Ghost Orgus. Alright, let's help some people.
Master Orgus?
You know, when I died, strange to say that, it wasn't my victories that gave me comfort. It was all their faces, the people I'd helped, the people I'd served, made the pain forgettable. Suppose you last long enough to see the war end. How will you live? How will you find comfort when your time finally comes?
With or without the war, I'll serve the Order as long as I can.
I am a Jedi.
That means following the code and fighting if I have to. The Republic will always need Jedi.
Good friend of mine always dreamed of dying in a shop holdup on Coruscant. There's always something to fight for. What we did today, I lied a bit. It wasn't just about helping Rishi or reminding you why you fight.
You have selfish reasons.
It was about healing an old scar you've almost forgotten. One that still aches inside you.
The fact that I couldn't save
The
you?
Emperor.
Oh.
You were under his control. His darkness soaked through to your spirit. When we freed you, you pushed the memories of his training down deep. I can bring those memories back. You're strong enough to handle them. Let the light cure them and make you whole.
I'm not looking for healing. What happened, happened. I have to deal with it myself.
Then all I ask is that you remember Rishi and the people you served here.
This
I'll
was
remember.
This was a
Then
nice
it's my
distraction.
time to go.
Goodbye, Master Orgus.
Thank you, Master Orgus, for all you've done for me. May it bring you peace.
It already has. You won't see me again, Padawan, but you won't have to. You won't be alone in the dark days to come. The Force will be with you always.
It's a little sad. That was a nice distraction. I like it.